these emotions. How would you focus? Hating on the real one that got your jaw broken. Loyalty was the first phase, you couldn't even do that. Always with the extra, hating on tracks. Fresh off the porch with the big stick. Dropping so many shells, you would think it's raining in this bitch. No way we hang with bitch niggas. Live, learn, get yours, nigga. If a bitch can't swim, then let the rest drown. All I know is thoroughbreds can't have no lazy bitches around. Red and blue, mate, green and dog. Yo, what it do, man? This is Mr. Gangsta Love, man, and I got my boy King Kong in the building. What it do, man? It's Through the Drama Podcast, man. How you been, my nigga? How's everything been going?
I'm good, bro. I'm looking at your beard and I'm a little jealous right now, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey, man. COVID, man. COVID won't be able to do nothing with it.
Hey, I got locks down.
Hey, I see.
Blame COVID.
Man, how you been though, man? How's everything been going?
Oh man, I've been good. Blessed, still here. So, we're just trying to make the best of what we have handed to us. You know how it is.
Man, it's always a blessing, man. It's always a blessing to see you, brother. Man, it's amazing, man, because I was just listening to some of the shit we did, man. I was like,
hey, why? I was taking my sister to the airport last week, and for some reason, I was listening to the first song we did at the crib, the one Back Down Memory Lane.
That's a classic, man.
And I was like,
that's a motherfucking classic.
I was like, man, this is, it's still relevant, so let this go. We usually get together about once a year or so and do a collab, so it's about that time. So
no, we got to change all that shit. We need to go ahead and get that album done.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. How you been doing, man, with the music and shit, man? You still mess around with the beats and shit?
To be honest, I haven't. For a minute, like I'm one of these people where it either has to be a natural thing for me to make beats, or I just don't do them at all. Like for a long time, I used to just wake up every day, and as soon as I woke up, I would have music playing in my head, and for a long time, the music just stopped.
Really?
For whatever reason, but now the music is back. So, I'm about to start breaking out some things and picking up some new pieces because I'm ready to get back and do something.
Right, man.
So yeah,
you're a super producer, man. You from the shot of here, man. You've been working with a lot of people, man. They ain't knowing no King Kong is on top of the game.
Yeah, the crazy part, most people don't even know me from doing music no more. They know me from hosting events or stuff like that. But people didn't. Right. I'll rap sometimes, and I do my events and stuff like that, and they'll go, "Oh man, you pretty good, Ken," and I'm like, "Thank you." But right. It's because they didn't know that's what I did. They just know me from hosting and doing that kind of thing. But the music is always first for me. That the microphone, even though I may not do beats, my pen is still nasty. So if somebody asks me for something, I'm ready. It's just and it's kind of crazy, We met, through social media, Reverb Nation,
right?
And that's why I had to go back to Reverb Nation. Like, man, some of this stuff still go right now. It's a lot, but I think we when you put some substance into the music and what you're trying to say, things like that don't have any, expiration dates. But a lot of the music I hear, and I think what I got caught up in is listening to today's music and going, nah, this ain't me. Instead of just saying, no, that's not me, but let me do me. I just said, you know what? If this what they doing, I ain't doing it. I should have just said, if that's what they doing, that's fine. But there's some of us still doing this over here. So, and
Right.
that's where I am right now with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Right.
What is one of your biggest achievements with this music, man, that you can talk about right now today?
Me personally, being able to produce a project, get the collabs on the project, pay for the project, sell the project, did it all myself. That was like something that I always wanted to do. And then once I did it, it was like, okay, this is it. Now, once you're able to do something that you'll be able to do it again.
Right.
So, and then like it was a lot of people that locally around Arizona, California, places like that, they started hearing what I was doing, and they was like, "Man, I need to get something from you." So I was doing a lot of collabs, and I was killing them, and but it was like, okay, well, let's push.
Right.
But when you work with somebody else, and it's day track and it's daytime, and it was just like, man, we're supposed to be doing videos. That's what I thought that was the plan. We do the songs, we do the videos for the songs. But,
exactly.
But a lot of people, what I learned, a lot of people don't have the same drive as I do.
Right.
So, and I think that's probably the most disappointing part of doing music is when you find people who portray like, oh, I'm with you. Yeah, let's do this. And then you see that they, it's the same thing. People talking about they got women in Benzes and they ain't even got a phone and they ain't got a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I'll respect you more if you say, look, I ain't got a car. I ain't got a phone. I'm using all my little time and all my money to do this music. Then I'm like, man, I can feel that, So, but it's, you deal with a lot of people who,
and
they fake it till you make it to a whole nother level.
And these niggas be capping so hard, man. You be like, wait a minute, nigga. Didn't you just tell me, nigga, that you have 5 houses and nigga, you go chill with these niggas? They can't even go buy them a goddamn Whopper cheeseburger, my nigga.
No, they can't.
The cap is real, my nigga.
Yeah, but I appreciate people go, man. I want to go, but I can't because I can't afford it. Instead of let's get there and then let me order something and then you just stand there, well, I thought we was coming in together. I didn't know I was coming by myself, and you was expecting me to feed you when we got here. But
oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it happens.
What is your outlook on the Arizona hip hop scene, man? Because it's a lot of up and coming rappers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bullshit rappers and shit like that.
But I don't just say that for Arizona. It's certain things that became big hits. I was like, I would never listen to, but like I said, it wasn't for me, But Arizona got a lot of young talent that's coming up, and I'm seeing it, and I'm peeping it, and I'm, in the background, talking to, some of them, and trying to help them, give them some guidance and things like that, and I'm even learning because the way they move in these days is different than the way I moved, we moved before. So, they moving a lot different. And because we used to look at the internet as a detriment, like, no, I don't need that. They're using it as the ultimate tool to get everything everywhere ASAP, So a lot of them are really maximizing their grind on social media and things like that. So I try to look at that and get some pointers that way. But I just think it's going to always be, no matter where you're from, it's going to be people who, are talented. Then you're going to have people that's not as talented. And you wonder, how come the people that's talented ain't blowing up? But the people that really ain't as talented seem to be the one to find something.
Speak on
to capture the audience a little bit better than somebody that's not that's more talented. So a lot of it is just what I learned about life is 3 things. It's what you know, and it's who you know, But the most important thing is who likes you. Because you can be the most talented person on the planet Earth and you can know everybody, but the one person that might be able to speak for you to get you over the hump might go, I don't like dude, or I don't like old girl. And just that one person shut your whole situation down. So,
right.
and I never tell people to be fake or nothing like that, but you have to understand when you're dealing with people, you never know when you're going to deal with them on whatever level. So it's always best to go into things, humbly and just mind your own business. As a child, you told don't spoke unless you spoken to.
That's right.
And sometimes people feel like, well, I've been waiting to speak and I'm just going to speak anyway. And that worked for some people, but other people, you frustrate the ones who probably can help you get into the better position. So I just mind my business and keep it pushing.
Man, that's real though, man. They don't even understand, man. Shit, when I met you, man, when I heard your first album or the album you came out with, nigga, I was over here like, what the fuck just happened? This nigga came up with some shit, man, had my head spinning, homie. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know me being from Pasadena, homie, I was like, damn, Blood from Shy, he got some fire, nigga. I'm like,
I appreciate that.
I gotta work with the homie, man.
I appreciate that. It was honestly, I feel that I'm one of the most talented people around. But even though I feel that way, I don't feel like I need to tell people that either. I just know, I'm confident in my abilities. And right. I just feel like if people give me an honest listen without, any bias, they can see that there's some talent and they can see that I'm trying to say something. I don't gang bang, but I'm affiliated with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things where, what gangsters appreciate about somebody that's not a gangster is they say, look, I ain't no gangster, but I ain't no punk either.
Exactly.
So, so if we together and it's going down, I'm riding with you, but that's not what I do. But I'm not going to never not, be there and support you and have your back if something goes down. So
wow.
It's just like, I look at it like if you from the projects or, in that type of situation.
Right.
And then you have somebody that you go to school with that ain't from that type of situation. Sometimes they may look at them like, oh, well, you ain't as hard because you didn't grow up like I did. But that's not always true because just because I didn't grow up in the projects don't mean my life was so pretty. So, and, you have to learn, I was the oldest of my mother's children. So I don't have like no cousin like that I could like call if something was really going down. So I had to learn how to, politic and move.
Exactly.
And I learned how to do that at an early age, and it has paid its dividends later in life.
Exactly, man. And that's why, man, at the end of the day, you can't knock nobody's struggle.
You can't.
You gotta be able to walk in your own shoes and find your own way in this world. And I never downplay anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where you come from, long as the way you treat me and you respect me, I'm gonna respect you the same. Fuck color lines, you know what I'm saying? Because we all brothers at the end of the day. You feel me?
Exactly.
A lot of motherfuckers don't think like that, but that's why we are who we are.
Right. And I hate that it's not like that. But you grow up, and sometimes you grow up with people and y'all cool up until y'all, 12, 13. Then they go to a new high school or move to another neighborhood, and now y'all can't be friends no more because just the affiliation. And you like, God, dog, like it mess up the the family get-togethers and the family reunions and everything because it's like, man, where you from? Like what? You from over there? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where it's sad, and a lot of times people are born into their affiliation just from family members or where they were born. Not
Right.
like they had a choice. It was just like, well, where you from? I don't gang bang. I didn't ask you where you gang bang. I said where you from, where you stay.
Exactly.
Well, I stay over there. Well, we don't care if you on gang bang. If you stay over there, it's a problem. So,
Exactly.
so what is somebody supposed to do that's getting jumped on the chase just from living somewhere? They go, man, if I'm gonna get jumped on the chase for nothing, I might as well be official with it.
Exactly.
And that's how most people, that I know personally, that got caught up, that was part of it, just because they were like, man, I live over here and they don't like us just because I live over here.
That's
So,
real shit, though.
yeah. So
You had that struggle with the music. People be trying to tread lightly on certain shit because you mess with certain people.
No, not really. My situation was probably a little different because I didn't come up in the music community, so I was kind of like an outsider. Like, man, I'm gonna do music. So when I started doing it, I had all these beats, and I come over to your crib and be playing beats. And be like, kid, come on.
That's real.
So I go play beats with people, and they be like, yeah, okay. And then they was like, yeah, man, let's get together. And then they never get back at me. But I would like always get their phone numbers. So then like a year later, like my name started ringing. And like, man, who is this Ken Concat, man? I heard he got some, this. And then they meet me or re-meet me. And I'm like, yeah, man, I told, yeah, man, let's work. Hey, hit me, call my phone. So they called me. And I already had a number in my phone, so I just turned my phone around and go, oh, yeah, I already got your number. I told you a year ago. So then they looking at me like, wow, a year didn't pass, because now they want to work. But I told you a year ago we could work, and you said we was going to do something. But now you really see I'm really out here. Now you want to work. I'm like, yeah, I told you a year ago. And then they looking at me like, oh, my bad, bro. You know how it is, everybody. But I think it's a lot because growing up back in the day, it was you had either a person that was the rapper from the neighborhood or a group that was a rapper from the neighborhood, and they had one DJ or two DJs for the neighborhood, and it was like one producer produced everybody in the area. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now everybody's a rapper, everybody's a producer, everybody's a singer. So it's like it gets so saturated at times because we grew up in an era where we was like, what's the album? I can't wait for the album to come out.
Right.
Now we like, well, what's the single? That's a new single? Well, okay, when is the next single? Like, me personally, there's certain groups that are major that some would consider like Hall of Fame type groups, but I've never heard an album from them. They release albums, but I've never heard an album from them. And I don't, back in the day, the thing was, what was your cut on the album that everybody don't listen to? Like, what's your album cut? Now people don't really have them album cuts no more. It's just like, if it's not a single, it's like nothing. But I just think it's just a day that we live in, because the attention span of people is much smaller than it used to be.
2-minute songs, my nigga.
Man.
No hooks, nigga. Just
or it's a hood verse, and gone. Like 2 minutes and 33 seconds, and it's out of there. But most of our songs, especially if we from the slow cut era, where it was the build up for like 2-3 minutes before somebody starts singing. So now it's like, man, you got to hit them like. But see, this is the thing. That's if you want to get caught up in what everybody else is doing. If you want to keep doing it the way that's organic to you, then you need to do that. But if you want to get caught up in what everybody else is doing, then you're going to have to do it the other way. and it's just that just don't work for me.
Right, man. Right, man. We gotta do some shit, man.
We do.
We even gotta do a song for Rum, man. You know, Rum is not in the best of health right now, but we gonna do a salute to Rum too, homie.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to get you on some stuff with Fruit Loop, Rich, Explicit. We
shout out to Fruit Loop. Hey, Fruit Loop. Shout out to my homie Swin Hardcore, and I met Mr. Doc. Yeah, Funk Doc. Yeah. So yeah, and I met him, and he was bumping some Fruit Loop from like back in the day. And I remember Fruit Loop because he was on the other homie, Dirty Dog, Scooter Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on his album back in the day. And I'm like, okay, this dude is raw. But him and Doc used to run around together. So that's how I met. And check this out. I met him and Doc. They was at the little corner store on 19th and Camelback, right by the churches right there.
Right.
And, that's why I met him, man. He's like, Fruit Loop.
Yeah, that
he's at PH.
Yeah.
I was like,
my nigga.
Fruit Loop raw up. Fruit Loop Biscuit.
Man.
Fruit Loop Biscuit. Shout out to Fruit Loop. That's
yes, sir. Man. But you know, man. we got a lot of shit to do, man. A lot of work.
We do. And shout out to Rum, you know. I wish him all the best. Keep him in prayer. Me and him were supposed to collab right before I kind of fell off the map for a little while, but hopefully, you know, we still have time to knock something out because it's necessary, you know. Especially now, it seems like the whole world is infatuated with the Los Angeles gang culture, you know. Now, and you know, it's 25 years later, they're still doing interviews about Pac and who killed Pac and you know this, and it's like, man, like that. But see, that kind of shows you, like, if there was something more current to talk about that could keep people's attention, they do it, but they don't. They just continue to rehash the same thing over and over again, and it's like, okay, like. Now everybody's a Crip, and everybody. Well, let me say this: everybody a Blood now. So if I was a Blood, like real Bloods, like when I, you know, and I'm gonna say this because I'm from Chicago, so I grew up with, you know, the Vice Lord Disciple, the Black P Stones, you know, things of that nature, BDs, so stuff like that.
Yeah,
coming out west, you know, even out to, you know, the Southwest. If you was a Blood, you had to be a real Blood because Crips outnumbered y'all like 10-1. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now all of a sudden, everybody a Blood. And I'm like, what do official Bloods think about? I understand that, you know, if I was a Blood and, you know what I'm saying, and they saying, you know, oh man, try to give it up for the B and the P or whatever like that. But like, so I can understand the love that you can have just for the representation, but at the same time, like, if me coming up, like, if a dude was a Blood, he was a Blood in front of a group of 20 Crips, he was still a Blood.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like everybody wear red. Everybody wasn't wearing red like that, like no, for real. Like they really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it in certain neighborhoods because that's what that neighborhood rode with, but. Like all of a sudden, like everybody a Blood, like you know what I'm saying, and you know, and
it's sad,
you know, like people coming from the other side of the world, coming out to LA and Compton to get associated with gangs, and you already in your 20s and 30s, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, like, you know,
that's that steak you get at that low budget ass steak shop. and they chop and you cut it, and that motherfucker rare. It's cookie on the outside, but it's rare in the middle. You don't want that shit, man.
Right.
You know, it's sad because
some people like rare. That's the cold part to it, though. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a cold twist, man. You know, man.
It's so back in the day, like the industry, especially out west, was Crip dominated. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, you had your affiliations that ran with certain companies and stuff like that.
Right.
Like the only one, and he didn't come out on wax saying he was a B-Dog, was Quick. And then Mac 10 came, but they wasn't like saying that they was Bloods, and they was like throwing little undertones, like, you know, on top of the tree, you know, stuff like that on Queen.
Right,
you know,
right.
It wasn't like, yeah, blood and boo, 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 blood. And, you know, it wasn't like that. Now all of a sudden, everybody just coming out talking about they Bloods. But what happened? You can still be a Blood, but what happened to the content? You know what I'm saying? Like, is your only thing is to say you a Blood on every song? Like, that I you know, that's cool because it's a lot of Crips. You know, you until like Chief Keef and them came out, you didn't know what gang nobody was from Chicago.
Right.
Because that's you see what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's critical because people up there will, you know, be supportive just because of where you're from. But once you say I'm from this gang, then they, you know, you're a target. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
can't fuck with the lanes though, don't you, Ken?
I'm cool with the lanes. Shout out to my homie G-Way. Shout out to the Denver lane. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, the Pasadena Denver lane. See, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they know, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like they know, like, I don't bang, but they like, Ken, you know, I appreciate you just for being you. You know what I'm saying? Not like, you know, I don't come around trying to be extra Ken, you know what I'm saying, because I hang around, I might be around somebody from whatever affiliation. I just stay myself all the time. So,
right.
You know, but you know, shout out to PDL, shout out to them lanes, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, like, I would have been like I hung around more Crips just because it was only more Crips to hang around, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm cooler, the older I got in life, I started being cooler with a lot more B-Dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was like cool. And I met a long time ago a brother. He was from Paru Street. He was one of the originators of Paru in Bontham. And he was just cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know, the way the world is, they think everybody that gang bang be on 100 all the time. And that ain't it. They just be cool. It's just when they got to turn it on, it got to get turned all the way on. It can't be half-assed. It got to be all the way on. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing. You know, I got Crip homies too. You know what I'm saying? And they just be cool until they got to put the flag on and go, okay, I got to represent. It's crazy because, you know, I play ball with, you know, everybody, you know, kicked it, all that kind of stuff. Did music with everybody. So it's just one of them things, like, you know, if you grow up with somebody from the sandbox and all of a sudden he get hit or knocked off or jumped or whatever, what are you going to do? Are you going to say, you know what? I don't really, you know, I'm going to let you deal with that.
Right.
No, you're going to like, no, I've been knowing him. That's like my family. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I got to get in.
And you know, man, you know, that's real though, man. It's scandalous how the game is now, man. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I fuck with you. You know, I'm from Lanes, but I fuck with everybody that fuck with me, and you always been a day one. You feel me?
Right.
You know, I'm just telling you, man, that shit. I said, man, what the fuck is up? I got to get back in, homie. But you know, we gonna do it, man. We gonna do this shit, man.
Yeah, man. It's good because life is to be lived to the fullest. You know, especially death is not something that is uncommon to you or me. You know what I'm saying? But this last year and a half has been something that, you know, nobody could have ever prepared themselves to
No.
deal with, you know. So I at the beginning of last year I had a car accident, and it was kind of one of those things where I had to sit down for a minute, and while I was sitting down, I was like, dang, I ain't heard from such and such. Or I ain't heard from such and such. Okay, cool. Then COVID happened.
Man.
And I had knee surgery about a year ago now. And I'm like, dang, I ain't heard from such and such. I ain't heard from such and such. I ain't heard from such and such. And you realize, like, and it's not that I needed anything, because I was okay. But it was just, I saw you was sick online. I reached out to you and said, hey, I saw you was under the weather. You need anything? Or I saw you have, you know what I'm saying, an accident or something. Hey, I'm just calling to check on you, see if you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your birthday. Man, happy birthday. You know, because like I had my surgery like right around my birthday. You know what I'm saying? A couple weeks before my birthday. So like people who I had, you know, reached out to, people I had helped, people I looked out for, you know, you realize who are the important people in your life when you can't do nothing but sit down and observe your surroundings, you know. And you know me, I was always gone. I was always in the streets doing something. So having to sit down, and I never got as much rest in my adult life that I got until 2020. 3-4 hours a night of sleep, I'm good to go.
Man,
I never in my adult life got like 7-8 hours of sleep on a regular. That never happened. But your body feels so much better. Like I realized that a lot of times I was just running on adrenaline. Like I really didn't have energy. I was just so used to pushing the way that I pushed that it was just like a boxer that's in the ring, you know, like you dazed, but you still know like, okay, I still got to protect myself and I still got to swing back.
Exactly.
So that's how I felt about 2020 for me, was just learning, like, get your rest, get prepared, and, you know, and I just stayed out of the way, man. And I used to always feel like if I had to go somewhere and see, I was missing out. You know, like, damn, if I wasn't there, I missed it. Damn, I missed it.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, man, okay. It wasn't meant to be. It is what it is. So I'm just, you know, I just look at life a lot different than I used to. I appreciate it a lot more because the older you get, you know, your children get older, and you know, you lose family members, you lose friends, you lose co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that you have a chance to sit down and, you know, either you start appreciating it or you keep taking it for granted, and you know, then your life is the one that everybody gonna say, man, I missed a homie. I wish I would have reached out. Or done. Nah, I don't want you to do that.
You know, and that's one thing, man. You know, we lost some people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, we lost some people, man, and it's like, man, you know,
and people,
you know,
people
to this day, I
on,
still think of James.
Yeah, and more people are more concerned about actors and musicians, people that they don't even know personally. That don't move me. I'm sorry. Like I wish them all the best, you know, their families and things of that nature, but that don't hurt me like me losing a family member, or friend, or like just in like the last couple months, it's been like 6 people I know personally that passed in the last couple of months. So, and in the last year and a half, we in double digits. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I saw somebody put a post up about Israel when he did the you know, the Nipsey situation. I'm like, both of them gone. You know, it's crazy. And you know, being from Chicago, you know, you see documentaries. You got King Von in the documentary. He gone. FBG Duck, that's my homie's nephew. He gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, God, dog, like, you know, what's really going on? Like, but it's one of them things where I think before, if you grew up in certain neighborhoods, you have certain guidance from what they would call OGs or older homies or whatever. But
Right.
once they took them older homies and put them in jail or got them on dope or, you know what I'm saying, move around, now these young cats don't have really no guidance and they really don't care. You know what I'm
No, they
saying?
don't.
And I can't be mad at them all the way, because if somebody don't have a mother or a father or a mentor, somebody that can guide them down the right path, and they see their family struggling and they see their friends' family struggling and all they know is struggle, what do you think they gonna do? You think they just gonna sit back and go, I'm gonna just accept this situation the way it is, or they gonna try to get out there and do something for themselves? And that's what they doing. You know, you just hope that one day they get old enough to realize, okay, I have to do it a different way. But
Exactly.
sometimes they don't realize that until they already locked up. So, but hopefully, if they learn when they locked up, they have a chance to rehabilitate themselves and come home, you know, and be positive members of the community. Because most people I know that gang bang that's over 30, they looking to give back. Like, look, we should have been doing this. For my community to change, I got to be a part of the community, you know. But then you have people that when you want to give back to the community, they question you because you ain't active in the community anymore. Like, wait, I did my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did my part of the negativity. Now I want to be positive. A lot of people don't want that positive.
Right, and it's based on the mannerisms, man,
Yeah.
and how you treat the next person or the next lady or the next older person. You know, I try to tell my little homies now, I'm like, look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and put a gun in your hand and tell you to go shoot up the set of
Right.
another set or do some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just the thing to do. You know, I put some money in your pocket and let's think about trying to get this business started.
Right.
Let's try to think about something bigger, you know what I'm saying? But you know, nowadays, man, it ain't the same. You know, but at the end of the day, we all have to come together as a people.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's killing us. We're not together, but you know, we can start now.
We can. And it
You know?
just takes like me, I try to be a part of the community, you know, and I want to do more. It's just I can only do so much with my time schedule right now, but I'm always trying to do something for the community because I'm community first and foremost. I'm all about the community. I'm about togetherness. I'm about upliftment, you know, and I think that's why I'm able to do the things I do and I'm able to go to places I go, because people really know that I'm legitimately out for the community in the best way possible. So um, I'm able to go places other people may not be able to go, just because people know the way that I move. And you know, then I'm cool with a lot of OGs from these neighborhoods that are respected. So if they vouch for me, then they go, okay, Ken, oh no, Ken, cool, okay, cool, now I can move. And then they get the younger homies a chance to see who I am and what I'm about, and then they go, man, can you help me? And I'm like, man, if you really trying to do something, I'm all about helping you, but don't come to me and you're not all the way right and you don't have the drive, you know, because I learned a long time ago, you probably have too. I was so loyal to my homeboys that I would like literally drag them to water. Like, you know, they say you can't drag a horse to water. I was like, yeah, you can. I was like dragging horses to water. And then I get them to the water and they about to die of thirst. And they say, is this spring water? Is this purified water?
You're right, G. You're
Hold
right.
up. You was just about to die. And I got you here to save you. And now you questioning what you need to save yourself. So I learned, like, I just pull back, like, I'm a solo act. You know what I'm saying? It's people that I roll with, I support, you know what I'm saying? But it's just easier that way. And what I had to learn along the way, too, was the power of no. Because I was always trying to connect people and I was always trying to not let people down. And I was the one being let down because
Exactly.
I was doing too much, and I wasn't getting the same type of love in return. So I had to pull myself away. And once I started doing that, that's when everybody want to start reaching out and want to do more. Okay, yeah, because now they know if they don't hold up their end of the bargain, that we ain't doing nothing.
Right. And you know how you tell you know what you tell them niggas, Ken? If you don't want to say no, just say on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Let them niggas keep going.
Man, I tell them no in a minute now. Like, nah, I can't do it, man. That ain't. Or like people send me music and I be like, that ain't me. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you gang banging on your music, like I can't. That ain't me. I'm not gonna do that because these days more than ever, guilt by association is as real as it gets. So if I get on an album with you and next thing I say, whoop, I'm automatically, he said what exactly? Or I get on albums and it could. What? You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta watch how I move and what I say because
on to the next.
Once you put that mark down, they go, oh, I didn't know he was like that. Okay. Now I might go somewhere and they like, yeah, we heard you on the such and such whoop whoop. I'm like, oh man, I was just doing a song. Nah, homie, it ain't nah. You done put your stake in the ground. We know where you ride from now. And it's a problem. So you just gotta, like I said, I had to learn how to maneuver at a young age and it's still working out for me today. So we go keep it that way.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And God bless you, Ken. You know what I'm saying? We got to do this again, dog.
We do.
And I appreciate this one.
And it's crazy. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
love you too.
I remember when we first met. And when we left, you was like, stay safe, homie. And I was like, damn, he said, stay safe. A lot of cats would be like, all right, later or peace out. Or, you know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, stay safe. And now I see a lot of people say stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the world we living in right now, where people feel like it ain't about being safe no more. It's about being dangerous.
Right.
I don't know. Man, I pray for people. You know what I'm saying? And I pray for the world. And, I know like even some of the worst people on the planet got some good in them. And some of the good people got a lot of bad in them too. So you never really know somebody, especially these days, unless you live with them or whatever. But that's really the only way to 100% know anybody. But I choose the people that I deal with very carefully now. And I don't go as many places as I used to. I don't, keep the amount of people around me when I do go to places that I used to, because a lot of times it don't even be me having an issue with somebody. It's somebody else having an issue with somebody. And then next thing I know, I'm a part of the situation. I'm like, hold up, I just came to kick it. So, I done changed now. I done settled down and got married. My wife, thank you. She be around all the time. But I'm happy about that because I never really had a woman that I was like cool with having around me all the time. So that's why I know this is different for me right now. She know how to like give me my space without leaving the room. And that's something that
say that again. Say that again.
She knows how to give me my space without even leaving the room.
That's a good foundation.
Right. So, I'm happy. My home life is settled. My job life is cool. Like my family, we straight. Like I've never been probably in this position all the way around as settled and as happy as I am. So, I know, and I was the last person that thought about getting married. I was like, no, that ain't even in my top 100. But when I found her, it was like, maybe this will move up the list. So before I know it, I was like, man, we need to go ahead and get married.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so, I know if it, like I tell you, if it happened for me, it can happen for you too. But be ready for it. The one thing I would tell people, I was ready when I met my wife. So if you're not ready, don't do it. Don't force yourself. Don't put yourself in a position.
I've been in this motherfucker for 21. I understand, so
right. Be ready if you gonna do it.
Right.
If not, stay single and live your single life to the fullest. But if you gonna do it, then do it the right way.
Exactly. But we already at that time, what I'm saying? But is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, Ken? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring your ass back on this one.
I just want to give a shout out to Phoenix, shout out to Chicago, shout out to Pasadena, all my Cali homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm in a good place. I want to send a shout out to my children. We just lost a family member not too long ago of a senseless murder. So
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So the family is still reeling from that, but we're trying to stay on track and be there for the ones that really need us right now. So it's just even when things are going good, there's still some things that go bad that you have to always weigh the good against the bad. But I'm just happy at this point right now. I have more good going on than I have bad to have the scale weigh in my favor. So, but shout out to Sharonda and I just had another homie. Terrence, who passed about a month ago. Terrence James, he was a musician. My homeboy Diamond, he just passed a couple weeks ago. So it's just it's a lot, that and that's what in the last month, them three. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't hardly grieve for one before you have to grieve for another one. So, I'm just glad, but the one thing that death can do is either bring your family closer together or it can tear your family apart. And my family has gotten closer because we realized that it's one thing if you can't make the family barbecue, but at least you want to be there. It's one thing if you don't care if you're there or not. And I think now everybody is like, I care to be present now because you never know,
Life too short.
It is. Like, I've talked to people one day and got a phone call, they were dead the next. Like, but I just talked to them, you know what I'm saying? But these are the things where in life, they hit you. The older you get, you start looking at your own, mortality. Like, man, how much longer I'm gonna be here? Like, am I doing everything I should be doing? Am I living my purpose? And am I happy with myself? Am I happy with my life? Well, what can I do to make it better? Like, I think 2020 especially put that mirror in front of everybody's face. Like, you ain't going nowhere. All right. In 2020 either made relationships stronger or ended a whole lot of relationships because you have to really be with that person. Like, y'all might have to work, especially depending on the kind of work you do. You may have to work from home together. That means that 8-9 hours a day that you had to be apart where you could go breathe and do what you do and then come home, that was gone. So now you in the same house with somebody literally 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
You better like that person. You know what I'm saying? You better like her.
You ain't never motherfucking lied.
Yeah, so I like my wife. We joke, we have a good time, and the crazy part, like, she from my same neighborhood, and we didn't meet till out here. Yeah, so some of our family know each other. She knows some of our people. But
okay, shit.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So we about 3 months in married wise. So it's been a good 3 months. It's been financially wearing my ass out. But it's a one-time thing. Like, I one of these people like, look, man, I didn't wait too long to get married to do it wrong. So this is a one-time thing for me. So whatever I got to pay, because we went back home to Chicago for the wedding. So That mean flights, that mean hotel, that mean rent a car, that mean rings, that mean venue, that mean tap, 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 tap my pocket. So dollar bills.
Bills. Yeah, man.
So,
you ain't never lied on me.
Yeah, so but it was cheaper for us to go do that than to have our families come out here. So and it worked out for the best. So that's all that matters.
All right, yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know, this Through the Drummer podcast, man, and I want to give a shout out to everybody, the team, Basement Boy, my nigga King Kong, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna bring him back, y'all. Y'all be safe, man. God bless you, Ken. I love you, homie.
Love you too, man. And thank y'all. Peace.
Peace.